It really is a thrill to work for education. That's why I'm so passionate about it, because I've really seen results. And seeing all these success stories that have a name and a last name has been one of the most rewarding things I've done in my lifetime, even more so than winning Grammys, I think. Most of you may know me as an artist, as an entertainer, and that's indeed my calling and what I've been doing since I was 13 years old. But I never would have imagined when I started out that my work as an artist would end up being the vehicle for me to serve my greater purpose in life of working towards eradicating poverty through the power of education. Growing up in my country when I was around 8 years old, I remember I saw kids my age who, instead of being in school, were already working in the streets, were barefoot in the park, kids like me, whose reality was completely different than mine, only because of the circumstances into which they were born. It was really hard for me to accept that something so unjust didn't have a solution. There had to be something that could be done. So I often ask myself why the adults around me were so resigned to the fact that these kids who were just like me, or even their own children, were living in a parallel reality so different and so cruel. As Kofi Annan put it, poverty is intolerable in a world of plenty. So as soon as I had some success, the first thing I wanted to do was to invest as many resources as I could into what later would become the most meaningful project of my life, working for children. To me, it became crystal clear that education was the surest way to give all of these kids the best fighting chance of improving their circumstances in life, because education is the great equalizer. When I started building schools in Colombia, we chose the most remote areas where there was literally nothing. No infrastructure, no paved roads, no electricity, no potable water. And we decided to build in those places, but not only build schools, but state-of-the-art schools. But the best part of all is the academic results. The kids really, really responded academically. And now those kids who could have been recruited by the guerrillas or paramilitaries, or that could have had a completely different outcomes for their lives, they're now on their way to the university and thriving in their communities. Some of them are athletes, some of them are professionals. That's why it really is a thrill to work for education. That's why I'm so passionate about it, because I've really seen results that are as palpable as this podium. And seeing all these success stories that have a name and a last name has been one of the most rewarding things I've done in my lifetime, even more so than winning Grammys, I think. Now, that said, our work is far from being done. Many developing countries are still rife with inequality and internal conflict, and there are a lot of kids who still need to be reached. History is not only the past. History, it's made every day in the present. And what matters now is how we go forward and how we fix what's wrong. And that is the real challenge, until not a single child is out of school. This is our responsibility. Thank you. This is our responsibility to our children and our debt to fulfill for the generations to come. Thank you very much.